Happy Saturday. 10 sizzling phone stories from August 20 Honest. Let's get started. First up, we've got Charles Leclerc revving to power through the Dutch Grand Prix with some turbocharged optimism. It's August 20th, 2026, and after a chill summer pause, the Ferrari driver is ready to tackle what's shaping up to be a real thrill ride at Zandvoort. Armed with the super slick SF26, Leclerc is all set to burn rubber, even if Mercedes' phone still seems to be cracking the whip out front. Sitting fourth in the championship, our Monegasque hero is determined to snatch back some points from rivals, thanks to what he calls a fantastic chassis. Remember, in the world of Formula racing, it's not all just fast cars and even faster reflexes. As much as you might love those rain-soaked circuits, soggy conditions are expected to make things as slippery as a banana peel on Rainbow Road. Stirring up the proverbial pot, the Mercedes squad isn't one to back down either, featuring Andrea Kimi Antonelli and George Russell, whose tenacity could give even Toad a run for his money. Zandvoort may offer technical challenges, but for Ferrari, these are like collecting coins in Mario. Sometimes rewarding, and sometimes just frustrating. With twists and turns that would make even the hardest Rainbow Road blush, Leclerc's ready to take on this unique track with some serious Yoshi-like agility. Ferrari's been working like a Koopa Troopa on a mission, rolling out fresh parts faster than you can say Mamma Mia. Hold on to your Mario Kart hats. This race weekend could be one gut-busting wave of blue shells and power slides. Moving on to something that's hotter than a fiery blue shell in Mario Kart, Formula One's heating up as Lewis Hamilton takes to Zandvoort this weekend. The seven-time champion is revving up for a comeback with Ferrari, aiming to close that 50-point gap with the 20-year-old Kimi Antonelli from Mercedes. And hey, Hamilton's seen it all. But with Antonelli in his second season only, things could twist faster than a double-barrel roll in a Star Fox game. Now, remember Zandvoort? It's one of those circuits that's like a pesky level in Super Mario Bros. Hamilton's yet to conquer it. But okay, back to this season, where Mercedes has been dominating harder than Sephiroth in Final Fantasy VII, yet Ferrari's not backing down just yet. They're rolling out new aero upgrades faster than Sonic running in Green Hill Zone. Seriously, talk about a showdown that's going to be more thrilling than Legend of Zelda's boss battles. With Red Bull and McLaren also breathing down their necks, it's going to be an epic race, folks. And whether or not you'll be swapping faces quicker than a Kirby transformation, one thing's for sure, Hamilton is ready to turbocharge the second half of this season. Moving on to some action-packed racing news. The Red Bull Racing Arena is buzzing as Max Verstappen extends his contract until 2030, keeping him in that cockpit faster than a Blue Shell Rex friendships. But what's this? The French star, Isaac Hadjar, is sidelined for the Dutch Grand Prix due to a wrist injury talk about hitting the wall. Fear not, his recovery is looking good, and he might be racing again just in time for Monza. Meanwhile, it's wildcard time in Formula One land because Liam Lawson is making a surprise return to Red Bull for this weekend's chaos. Talk about a second chance. Here's hoping he doesn't pull a 180 like a banana peel in Mario Kart. And in this round of musical chairs, Yuki Tsunoda hops back in the Racing Bull seat, teaming up with newbie Arvid Lindblad. High-octane excitement awaits. Stay tuned for more pit stop surprises, and who knows, next time we might even see a lightning bolt power-up. Now let's talk about the epic weekend ahead at the Formula One Dutch Grand Prix. It's the 12th round of the 2026 season, and it's shaping up to be a soggy showdown with rain-threatening Zandvoort for the first time this year with these futuristic racers. The MCL40 is back with its second part of crazy upgrades, rolling in with a snazzy rear wing and slick brake scoops. Mercedes and Red Bull got their aerodynamic game on, tweaking parts around those speedy brakes. Ferrari's flexing a fresh floor plan and beam wing too. But hold your horsepower, Alpine's showing off the most with a giant upgrade only for Pierre Gasly. Sorry Franco, better luck at Monza. Surprising swaps are happening with the lineup. Isaac Hadjar is out with a wrist tweak, and Liam Lawson is slipping into the Racing Bull seat. Meanwhile, Tsunoda moves over to the New Zealander's slot. Over in the rumor realm, whispers about Lewis Hamilton locking in with Ferrari are getting louder. And imagine this, If Max Verstappen had bid adieu to Red Bull, Carlos Sainz was rumored to make a grand entrance, which he coolly dismissed. On a side quest, Aston Martin's got a new shareholder making waves from the NFL scene. As for the track action, watch out. Oscar Piastri blazed through with a top time on soft tires, followed closely by the legend Lewis Hamilton. Norris ends on a high with a close second, but it's Antonelli who crushes it under the minute 13-second mark. Keep your eyes peeled for the sprint qualifying later today, could be a wet and wild one. Now let's talk about the ever-twisting tales of Formula One. As the plot unfolds, it seems that Qatar and Abu Dhabi might be in the pits for their 2026 calendar slots. The suspense in the Middle East continues, as F1's CEO, Stefano Domenicali, is taking his time to decide whether these petrol-fueled events will still hit the track on November 29th and December 6th. Talk about a cliffhanger. The Grand Prix of Zandvoort was the hotspot for these types of insider race chats, as Domenicali and the gang weighed the impact of worldly events like a motivational level-up. Despite the love for high-speed action, if security concerns put up a roadblock, F1 might detour towards Europe. There's even a mention of Imola getting a power-up to replace one of the Middle Eastern slots. But hold your horses. While Europe seems like F1's next side quest, the circuit is also eyeing new levels in Asia and Africa for a future DLC. So, what's this mean for the global leaderboards? Well, Liberty Media, F1's proverbial game publisher, might need a strategy patch due to declining regional credits. Sounds like a plot twist worthy of a new expansion pack, right? Stay tuned as the saga of F1's 2026 season continues to develop. Now let's talk about strategy in fast lanes. Formula One driver Carlos Sainz has decided to stick with Williams Racing despite a tough 2026 season. Talk about commitment, right? Sainz isn't running for the nearest exit. Instead, he's gearing up to support Williams into 2027. Some might say it's like choosing to max out your health potions before an epic boss battle. Sainz is ready to help the team craft a next-gen speedster, even while calling the current FW48 a conceptual mess. Ouch! Sounds like he's critiquing his build in an MMORPG. In Zandvoort, he expressed that bolting at the first sign of trouble was not his game plan. He's playing the long-term game, leading the team like a true esports captain. Despite his harsh critique of the current car design, Sainz's loyalty shines, betting that his experience will aid the team like a legendary support character. They might be 3 seconds behind the best, but Sainz says starting fresh in 2027 is their best shot. No quick patches or updates here. He's not expecting the next upgrade in Baku to pull an Aston Martin and magically shrink their lap times by over a second, but every driver's got a dream, right? While Williams tweaks and tunes their sleek machines, Sainz's dedication may not be limitless. He hints that if things get dire, they might need to re-roll the dice. Will this strategy pay off in the next racing season? Only time will tell. Now let's talk about the high-speed world of Formula One. Charles Leclerc, our Monegasque speedster racing for Ferrari, is looking to secure his first world title. On August 21st, Leclerc confirmed he won't be channeling Max Verstappen's magic moves to snag that coveted championship. And who can blame him? The Dutch dynamo Verstappen just re-signed with Red Bull through 2030 and already has 71 wins under his racing helmet. Leclerc, on the other hand, with 9 Grand Prix victories, has always been a bit on the back foot compared to Verstappen's turbocharged success. But instead of shadowing Verstappen's every pit stop, Leclerc is focusing on what he can control: his team, his environment, and cranking up those horsepower at Ferrari. Sounds like powering up your base in a game of StarCraft. Ferrari's been busy addressing their weaknesses against the Mercedes juggernaut, often seen as the RPG final boss here. They've been on the grind for months, tweaking their ride to ensure Leclerc has the ride of his digital racing dreams. They've been fine-tuning those engines as if they're upgrading the CPU in a gaming PC. Despite often being overtaken by teammate Lewis Hamilton, Leclerc maintains optimism, hoping for a boost in the second half of the season. It seems the Ferrari team is upping their game, or in gaming terms, leveling up. Whether Leclerc can finally catch up to Verstappen and claim his place atop the leaderboard remains to be seen. Stay tuned, race fans, because the second half of the season is shaping up to be one serious showdown. We continue with some thrilling updates from the Grand Prix world, as Kimi Antonelli shows some serious racing chops, topping the charts in the Netherlands Zandvoort circuit. This weekend's sprint event is buzzing with George Russell and Ferrari drivers chasing closely behind. Who knew tiny tire changes could crank up the drama? Speaking of drama, Red Bull and their saga of musical chairs has been wild, with Liam Lawson stepping in for Isaac Hadjar and Yuki Tsunoda jumping in at Racing Bulls. That's more swaps than a Pokemon card trading playground. Meanwhile, Charles Leclerc has put on his strategic thinking cap, aiming for a world title without mimicking Max Verstappen. Wise. As we dive into the qualifying sessions, Lando Norris blazed the trail, breaking lap times like a speedrunner smashes records in a classic platformer. Russell takes the sprint pole, leaving Antonelli and Verstappen in his rearview mirror. Now go grab your popcorn, because this sprint showdown is getting juicy. Next up, let's shift gears from the virtual racetrack to the real one. George Russell has grabbed the spotlight by securing pole position for the upcoming sprint at the Grand Prix of the Netherlands, happening tomorrow in Zandvoort. Now picture this. It was an epic showdown, with Russell racing against the clock, barely edging out three speed demons by less than a tenth of a second. Yes, you heard that right. Tomorrow, right at the start, he'll be front and center with Lando Norris, Charles Leclerc, and Oscar Piastri hot on his tail. With only a single practice session to tweak things, Russell made magic happen on those squishy soft tires in qualifying 3. The British champ says it's all about keeping focus until the main race. But it seems like he's got his game face on, looking to dodge the McLaren phone danger zone in the second part of the season. It's like racing a high-speed Mario Kart Rainbow Road, folks, except these drivers can't just hit the reset button. Stay tuned as the excitement revs up at Zandvoort. Moving on to some high-speed excitement from the world of Formula One. This Friday, August 21st, 2026, the Dutch Grand Prix saw Ferrari revving up in style. Our favorite prancing horse was almost in the pole position for the sprint phone, but they had to settle for the second row. How close were they? Charles Leclerc missed pole by just a tenth of a second, trailing George Russell. Talk about shaving microseconds. Leclerc couldn't be too salty though, as his third-place finish showed that Ferrari is definitely back in the race with its new SF26 floor design. He was like, yeah, it's not the pole, but hey, the car's got some juice now. And then there's Lewis Hamilton, clocking in at 7th. He's saying, if I still had that practice mojo, it would have been different. Adjustments, schmusments. Hamilton and his crew are diving deep into the data ocean to figure out why his car doesn't feel like the winning machine it's meant to be. Meanwhile, Aston Martin had a rough day at the tracks, getting stuck at the back, while Gasly was just happy to squeeze into the top 10. Keep your eyes peeled for tomorrow's showdown. It's going to be legendary, maybe with some Mario Kart-level surprises on the track. Thanks for riding with us, race fans. Hit that follow button. See you tomorrow for another pit stop of phone fun.